This is something I've alluded to in the past, and it's really something that I don't think a lot of people really get, and hopefully I can set you straight on some of this. Some people ask about which is the best way to print. And really, whether you go with filament or resin depends on the need. Greetings, Dave here, DCBFX. I alluded to this in oh, by the way, happy Halloween, everybody. Brought my Star-Lord out again because why not? I've been asked, and I've alluded to this, which is the best way to print if you're going to get into 3D printing? What it comes down to is, what are you going to make? Like, let's just, for example, this is my Star-Lord blaster, one of two, and then my helmet. In fact, let me, here. And my orb. I would look at filament printing if you want something robust. And you know, the resolution is the resolution, but you want something robust and solid, because I have dropped this more than once. And all I had to do was really just repair this. And what a perfect example. As I was doing that, to show how, you know, robust this is, I touched this, I broke the end off this resin. Get to that in a minute. So even this orb I've dropped several times. Now this is a resin print, and this is a cool print. You open it up, you got the even the finish stone inside. And this is solid. Like even my Star-Lord helmet, not that I would do it, but I could stand on it if I want to, because it's a good, solid print. So filament is amazingly strong. Now granted, if I were to grab it here and twist, you know, right here, I would snap this off because that's where the lines are, that's how it's printed. But this is really tough. And with this, you know, and like I say, I've tossed this, it falls, it doesn't break. In fact, I dropped it. I was picking this up, I dropped, and it hit my desk, the top came off, landed on the ground. See a mark on that? Me neither. So that's filament. Now, let's take a look at resin. Resin is beautiful. And as I said, just as I was saying how much good this is, I broke this off of this. It's like that. This is a great, here, this is a great example of filament. Look at how gorgeous that is. Look at how tiny that is, like how delicate. It's just beautiful. Or the Eiffel Tower. Like, look at that. So intricate. The detail is phenomenal. But I can snap this off in a second. So really, when it gets down to it, I think the best I can say is really, it depends on what you're doing. Like for my tricorder, not to beat a dead horse, I talk about it a lot. The tricorder body I made is filament. I could, not that I would, drop it and it won't have any issues. That being said, in that build, inside the tricorder, I have resin elements. The emergency light, all the greeblies at the top, because, well, they want to be see-through. And you can print see-through in resin. You can with filament, but not as well. It's more of a cloudy. Like you could make the Tesseract. Although I probably wouldn't. I would do that in resin as well. But that's really what it comes down to. So the takeaway from all this is, yes, there are two printing ways, well, two ways to print. You have filament on one side and resin on the other. Resin is phenomenally detailed. Filament, not so much. Resin is phenomenally fragile. Filament, not so much. So if you are thinking of getting into printing, and I get that question a lot, hey, I'm thinking of getting into printing, what do you think I should get? My first question is, what are you making? I'm making Mandalorian helmets. Filament. What are you making? I'm making jewelry and rings. Resin. So hopefully that helps help you figure out what you want to do when it comes to resin printing, because you know what? Well, not even just resin, into 3D printing, because if you don't know what you're going to make, there's no way for you to make a really good decision, because the last thing you want to do is to spend $700 on a great resin printer and you want to print big things. Like, I'm going to print an Iron Man suit. Not in resin. So that's the video for today. Hope everyone had a great day. Hope everyone had a great Halloween. I had a pretty good one. It's always fun to throw on the Star-Lord. I wear it sometimes just for fun anyway. But I had a great Halloween. My student from Germany had a great Halloween, and there you go. So I will talk to you all later.